Hi and welcome to my vlog. This is my number 7 vlog, and this is the 4th time that I have started the camera to film this vlog. So right now I am wishing that this will be the final cut, because I actually recorded a full episode, had to delete it because it was so full of mistakes and my brain going off in different directions that it weren't supposed to do. Then I tried starting it again, had to stop recording, and just it's just been like, starting over. So this is my 4th attempt, and let's hope it's the final one. Or else I am considering just skipping number 7, going straight to number 8, and just telling people there is no good explanation. This is just the way it is. So, but I started the camera because I wanted to show you a finished object that I have. This is my Tour de France tee with the colors up here from the iconic jerseys that they win in the Tour de France. The green is for the best sprinter, the yellow is the guy who's done the race in the shortest amount of time. The white is the youngest. They have to be below 25 to win that jersey, so everybody who participates in the Tour de France who's under 25 can win the white jersey if they are the one with the most points or leading in the race. I'm not sure, but that's the youth jersey. And then there are the red dots, which is the mountain jersey, which is given to the rider that has collected the most points in the mountain competition part of the Tour de France. So it's finished. Originally I would have continued the pattern all the way down, but when I'd done it once, I decided that doing it all the way down would be too much, too busy. So I just stopped and then did the rest of the jersey in navy blue. You can just see. It's very simple. And the yarn is Pride from Lang Yarns, and except the white and the red one, that's Tynd Line from Sandnes Yarns. So they didn't have the right red one in the Pride quality, and they didn't really have a white in the Pride quality. The thing is, if you've watched the Tour de France last year, where I actually started the jersey, I bought the yarn before the Tour de France started on TV. So I picked this green because the green jersey back in 2022 was this bright green, grass green, might call it. But since 2023, it's been Skoda who is the green jersey sponsor. So they have changed the color of the green jersey into a very pretty but not as, you know, bright a green. It's more like a dark green that Skoda has chosen for the jersey. So they are one of the main sponsors of the Tour de France. But this is done. I am a huge Tour de France fan and also a huge Jonas Vingegaard fan. He is local here in this area. I am filming from our summer cottage, which is an hour north of our residence. Being this high up north, we are not that far from where Jonas Vingegaard actually lives. We drove past his town last year, I think, and I pointed out the town to my 9-year-old daughter, which is also a very huge Vingegaard fan, and she was very excited about seeing the city, and asked if we couldn't go and see the city where he lives. And I think I've been to Glyngøre once, and it's, except from being the hometown of Jonas Vingegaard, and his mom-in-law is actually also famous in Denmark. She participated in the Great Danish Bake Off. She didn't win. I don't even think she made it to the final 3, but she is a very charismatic character and has a very what do you call it, a life story that's very interesting. I actually knew who Jonas Vingegaard's mother-in-law were, and I'd actually seen his wife on TV, girlfriend, wife, on TV before he was famous in the Tour de France, which is quite funny. Yeah, but Tour de France tea, it's done. I'm very happy, and I think I've used around. The Pride yarn is very big balls of yarn. It's also the same quality that I use in the green thing I've shown you before. Maybe you can recognize the green here. I'm going to talk about that in another vlog, but I think I used, they are in 100 grams balls of yarn, so I think I've used 2 or 3 balls of yarn for this t-shirt in a size extra large. Yes, with these small sleeves. There aren't any recipe, this is my own doing. I might have found, you know, the number of what do you call them, how much I was supposed to I'm forgetting a word right now. Anyways, I might found inspiration in another pattern, but I actually found a pattern of another Tour de France tee, but the gouge didn't match the yarn, so I did a lot of, you know, measuring and calculations, and so there aren't a pattern. Sorry, but you can, you know, make stripes, find like a circle thing, and then I'm not very good at these patterns and knitting and multiple colored something in a cotton yarn is cotton is very unforgiving, you could say. So yes, and some of you might remember me talking about scrappy knitting on episode vlog number 3, and I've been knitting on that dress for a while, and then I tried it on last week, and it was just horrible. I think I put up a story on my Instagram, which is gone now, where I'm wearing the dress, and it just doesn't fit my body, and there is something about the lines in the dress that's just bad. So I've unraveled the whole thing simply and started over, and this is going to be a blanket, kind of like a regular size blanket in one. I've done a thing like this, and then this, and then I'm going, back and forth. I have written down the method of doing this and put it on my Ravelry. I am on Ravelry under the name of Garnkøbing. I'll write it down here. But the recipe is in Danish. You might be able to Google Translate it somehow, but I do a lot of my recipes in hand, so it's handwritten. The text is handwritten. I think it's OCR prepared. I'm not sure about that. I think it is. OCR is a technique where a document that you kind of like take a picture of, where this technology makes the text readable. We use it at work. I've used it as a dyslexia teacher, so it's a very common technique, and I think the app that I use for making my handmade drawings into a PDF document, and then saving it, putting it up on Ravelry and blah blah blah. So maybe you can read the document. I'm not sure, but it's out there and it's free. I have 3, maybe 4 free recipes on Ravelry. They are all in Danish because I am lazy and I do not bother translating them into English. And it's one thing speaking English, it's another thing writing English for work, for small texts on Instagram or in here. But writing a knitting pattern in English using the correct expressions in the recipe, that's a different story, and it might take me a while to do it. I know a lot of knit designers have other people translate their recipes. It makes good sense, but that costs money and I am not making enough money on my patterns or on anything except for my 8 to 5 job. So I'm not going to spend money paying someone else to translate my recipes. That's just, I'm not going to spend money on it. And there are so many other talented knit designers out there. There are so many free recipes out there. So I'm sure that you can find a knitted corner to corner because I started down here. I just made 3 stitches. I'm missing that word. Anyways, just made 3 stitches. Knitted once. Then I turned, and then on the way back I knit 1, make 1, knit 1, make 1, and then knit the 5 stitches that I have. Turn, then knit 1, make 1, knit 3, make 1, knit 1. Yes. And then, you know, you keep on doing that, making 1 extra stitch in each side of your blanket until the blanket measures 150. In Denmark, a regular size blanket is 150 centimeters on the width and 200 centimeters on the length. So when the sides of the blanket is 150 centimeters long, you stop making more stitches in one side. Instead you knit 2 stitches together in one side, and then you make 1 in the other side, so it does like this. So you have one side that then, so you make a corner in one side and the other side keeps on, you know, going, and then at some point the side that you have kept on making new stitches will measure 200 centimeters, and then you stop increasing making new stitches. Oh my god. And then you start you know, knitting 2 stitches together both sides, so you make the last corner, and in the end you'll have 3 stitches on your needle, and then you know, slip 1, knit 2 together, and you know, pull the slip 1 over the 2 masks that are knit together. Then you have 1 mask, you cut the yarn and you pull, so you have, you know, like an end. Done. It's very simple. It takes a long time. I've been knitting on this for like a week, I think. I measured it yesterday. The side of the blanket was 75 centimeters, so I am halfway there until I have to make the first corner. I don't know if this makes any kind of sense, but there is a lot of recipes for blankets out there. You just go find one, knit your own blanket, or don't. You know, blankets, just like dresses and a lot of other things, are not for everyone. The weather today has been very unsteady. When I sat down here, my husband and the children had just gone off to the beach because we have the beach a 5-minute walk from here, and besides me wanting to make this video hoping that it will turn out right, I also have back issues, so I have been sleeping for a week in a very uncomfortable bed because we rented a summer cottage on the East Coast, and the beds in that cottage was horrible, and my back has been an issue since I was 20 years old. So I have been at physical therapy on and off. Since then I've tried a lot of different things. I am not going to a chiropractor simply because I have a back. In my family, we have a tendency to getting discus prolapses, which my daughter was. She went through surgery, getting a discus prolapse removed. 1.5 years ago, I think. Yeah, she was only 19. Having surgery for the first time. In Denmark, we tend to not do surgery unless there is nothing else to do. So she'd actually been in physical therapy for half a year before they had to move on and do this surgery. Yeah. And my father had surgery on his back, also a discus prolapse, when he was, I guess, my age. So I have always known that this was a possibility, that at some point I might get a discus prolapse. And my father has had 3. The first one he went through surgery for. Then the second one, physical therapy helped so much that he didn't have to go through surgery. And the third one is in the neck, and they don't operate on that in Denmark unless it's extremely critical. So he does exercises every day and he keeps in shape, and the same does my daughter. I've done exercise things for years, keeping this down, but since I changed my line of work, I found it difficult to find the time to do physical therapy or exercises. And of course I just should find the time. It's stupid. And here I am now having to get up in the middle of the night to take painkillers, and telling my children that they have to be careful not to push me or to climb around on me or do, that I am sore and I sleep very bad. And yeah, so it's my own fault. I know I should have kept in shape. Then maybe I wouldn't be so, then a bad bed wouldn't give me this much pain. So I'm hoping it gets better. It's just been getting worse and worse, actually, which is bad. So yeah, but that's why I'm home alone, and hoping that the weather won't interrupt us, because I can feel it cooling down. I can see that the sky is getting darker. I can see the wind picking up, so we might get some rain again. It's been raining cats and dogs today. We've had thunder, we've had a bit of lightning. So right now it's pretty calm, and it's very standard Danish summer, actually. So yeah, I had a a knitted cardigan on earlier, and I took it off because I thought it was, then it got too warm, and now I'm wearing this. And last time I tried making this vlog, I had to take it off because it got too hot, and now I'm cold again. Oh, that's just the way it is. So, but the thing I love about knitting is that you can always, you know, unravel it and start over. There's a lot of things in life where you just can't do that, you know. So I can't, you know, tell myself 5 years ago that I should have taken better care of my back or my health in any way, because except having a bad back, I deal with migraines. I've been sick with stress 3 times, so knitting is my free space. Sitting here talking to you gives me a lot of practice in talking English. It gives me 25 minutes of my own where I try to convince the family that they shouldn't disturb me, and I hope that there is some kind of fly who has taken a fancy on me right now. Sorry. So this is what this vlog is about. It's about knitting, it's about sitting down, knitting, listening to me talking about everything and nothing, and I guess that's also what I love about watching other podcasters. I watch a lot of Danish podcasters. I also watch a few internationals. I watch a Dutch lady called This Is Sarah. I watch I think she's American or Canadian. I can't remember her name. A beautiful black girl. I'll try and find her and write her name down here. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Our time has flown away. I'll see you next time.